Hands.
You're the best.
Mommy smile. You think compliments are gonna get to me?
Yo, Robinson.
Yeah.
Yo.
Hey. Yo. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Village Hidden in the Shed, the official anime podcast of the Shed Network. You're here with your boy Sid Floyd.
Gent Cherokee and the cheap Cherokee.
And you already know my cousin, the blue beast of the east.
Nice guy, like Mike guy. Yeah, open the gate.
And it wouldn't be the Village Hidden in the Shed if we weren't here with the man, the myth, the mother effing legend, Pickle Pat the Think.
You already Snow University, man. We out here.
He be thinking and shit. He be
You
thinking
sir.
and shit. And we got a guest again today. Our returning guest, our only guest thus far. Our favorite guest thus far.
Yeah.
It's way past its expiration.
Oh, let's hit it. We got some Akatsuki music for our boy.
Chihas on your teeth.
Oh, man, sounds good. Chia's on our team, dude. Shed Tech 8 in the building.
Yo.
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 What is up, everybody? It's good to be back. It's good to be back. We got another episode going tonight. We're going back to the Shedverse.
Ready to
which we
argue.
haven't been to in a while since the last Choji verse that we did, the Tokyo Treat Box. I'll go check that shit out. I threw up on camera. Pat, you weren't there for that one. It's a shame not having you there, but Tech did a great feeling. Unfortunately,
Good.
he likes all the things that you
See,
hate.
that's not cool, Tech.
Yeah, but not.
That's
It'll be
not
good for the
cool.
next one. It'll be
I
amazing.
like the fish cake, dude. It was good.
That's disgusting.
It'll be
It
amazing.
was fire, dude.
But
I'd eat it
definitely,
again.
definitely go check that episode out. But we're back in the Shedverse for this one, and we're doing another crossover again. Naruto versus One Piece. Pretty popular fucking bout.
You already Snow
some would say.
University.
There's a lot of talk about this. This is a tough thing to compare though because of the differences in power in each
Hockey and
universe.
chakra.
And I'm going to try
yeah,
my
yeah.
best.
Exactly.
I'm going to try our best to
It's
meet
gonna
him in
be
the
good.
middle.
Because we
So
already
what
know
we're
what's
doing
about to
today-
happen.
We're doing the fucking fastest motherfuckers. It's Kizaru, Barsalino v. Minato Namikaze.
Namikaze.
The yellow monkey?
The Yellow Flash.
The
No.
the
I think
the yellow sperm.
Borsalino's the yellow monkey.
Is it?
I think so.
Okay.
Is
I
it?
believe you.
I think so.
Are we
I'm
looking
not
that
going to
up?
Google it.
I can't just confirm that.
Confirm that for sure, dude.
So,
But yeah,
biggest, like, I don't know what you call it, but one thing we have to say, get it out of the way right now,
Yeah.
is hockey.
yeah,
Can't
like-
touch Kizaru
Nah,
without
say that for
hockey.
sports schmorts.
Yeah, but okay.
nice,
So,
Ha, ha.
that was good.
my boy.
Dude, so
Here I
so
am.
are we gonna, in our fantasy world, are we gonna say that Minato can learn hockey, or
Well, that's
we're
the
just gonna
thing.
be
Well,
as
that's
it
what
is?
we're gonna-
Or-
no, we're gonna have to-
as it is.
I think that maybe we could cover that, but I think that we should say as is
yes.
what it happens.
I agree. Okay.
Because like this
Right.
is something that's talked.
So this
about.
is- yeah,
it's
You know,
gonna be
this is
super
something- people,
tough.
This is there's threads of this shit.
Okay,
You right?
Kizaru means yellow monkey.
Okay,
no shit.
word.
All right, cool.
Nice,
Right on, right on.
nice.
Because like
Bing bang.
how
wada, wada, bing,
Kiji
bang.
is like whatever the fuck he
Iceberg
is,
or
and
something like that?
Inu is like the red dog.
Oh no shit.
Lava.
I don't know what
Lava
Aokiji is.
dog.
The fucking
Either way.
Brooks' son.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
he
mean,
is
it's a
Brooks.
cool theory.
All right,
Yeah,
we'll
I
get
think-
there
I
too.
agree,
We'll
I
get
agree,
there
I
too.
agree, I agree, I agree.
Ah! Either way, we're doing this shit right now.
All right.
These two fellas, fastest there is, as is in their prime. Who takes the dub?
All right.
As is?
So wait, we're not just gonna answer.
No, that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
just
That's what
one
I'm
word
saying.
answer.
Describe
Yes
prime
or no?
first. Prime for each
Prime is
person
just
first.
prime is
Prime
right
Key.
right before Minato dies. Is prime
Minato?
Yes.
And-
Well,
Obviously.
does he have a hole through his stomach?
No,
No, right
just
before that. So Minato
Because we're not
Prime.
counting Ito, right?
Minato Prime. We could say right before he dies, he has half the nine tails in him.
No, because he seals the
Which is
nine tails
enough.
in him after
He has the hole in him, but we're not.
Yeah.
But we're gonna say right before he dies.
All right.
So he's no injuries.
Okay.
But that means he doesn't have the nine
No,
tails.
No, he
No.
heals from his injuries at his prime. Like,
Okay, I got you, I got you.
So
Yeah,
you know,
gotcha.
Record of Ragnarok. You know about the
Yeah,
show?
yeah,
They
yeah.
when they bring him from time of their prime. So even though he had the hole in him, he's gonna come back. He's not gonna have a hole in his chest.
Gotcha. All right.
All right.
All right.
Good reference, dude.
Thing.
Gotcha.
Good anime reference. Go
But
check
it's a
out
good
that
one
show.
to.
We'll do one
It's
on
a
that
good
too.
battle.
That was a good show.
Anime.
Yeah, it is a good one.
I
So-
forgot that show.
What about Conquers of
that's
Ragnarok?
It's a good show.
Nice. And
Wrong podcast.
Bullshit.
yeah, so
So what does he have? He's nine tails and Cherokee.
he's got the half nine tails like
The
Naruto.
yin,
though.
That's
the yin,
yes, yes.
the dark side. It's
Yeah.
He's got both masters
It's
of yin
sick.
and yang.
The nasty.
He's just
side.
Of all chakra
all
nature.
chakra
No,
nature. Five
no,
the
no.
five main ones.
No, he doesn't have water.
I think he has all five.
No, we
look it up.
confirmed that.
Minato does not have water
confirmed that
release.
already.
Because honestly, that would be a major weakness to Kizaru.
Yeah, okay. So he has lightning, wind, and fire, and yin and yang.
So he's missing earth and water.
okay, yeah. So he has earth and water. I
Yeah.
mean, he's missing earth and water.
Yeah, but he's a nine tails and Cherokee. Perfect sage.
Perfect sage, and he has numerous sealing jutsus
He's not. He
that he was learned from Kushina. He
He,
learned, and he's got a huge,
He mastered
huge
sage
chakra
jutsu?
pole.
Top
he says that he
sensory-
doesn't really use sage that much though.
No,
It's
he
not-
doesn't ever
That's
use
not the
it,
point. We're talking
but
about his
he's-
prime abilities.
But he's perfect sage
You're
because he's the
fucking
first that he's the one that told Jiraiya. No, he's not the one that told Jiraiya. He's the one that he went there because Jiraiya told him that it was possible. Jiraiya went there by accident.
Yeah.
And Jiraiya then he's able to summon toads, which makes you basically a sage. And also to
no,
summon
he's
toads.
able to actually go
He's-
sage mode,
And also that means his chakra pool is so
Insane.
insane.
which lends to the fact that he might be Tsunamis.
Which is why
Go check out that
Naruto.
episode.
But why is that's why Naruto? Everyone thinks it's Kushina who gives him the chakra because
Could
they're
be both.
Uzumaki, but it's both. That's why he can do like 1,000 shadow clones, and that's why his
With-
chakra is so strong.
and with the nine tails.
Yeah, but to summon the frogs takes mad chakra.
Yeah, sage mode is like the
And sage
top
mode,
tier shit
you can't
have.
do it without having a lot of chakra either. You can't.
Yeah,
like,
otherwise you turn into a sage.
Senjutsu?
Otherwise you turn
Senjutsu.
into a sage, which is a stone creature.
from my
yeah,
wood.
Yeah.
as it should,
Making sure the future frozen is good.
no matter cost, dude.
Pat, you lean in this way a little bit. My God.
He was cold
And,
shouldering it.
all right, so
Yeah.
that's and then Barsalino. Is,
Oh wait, so
is,
he's,
Wait, no, keep
Minato.
Prime. Oh.
Minato can turn into Kurama.
can he?
Yeah, like Naruto.
So you're saying he's a perfect
Oh yeah,
Cherokee?
perfect.
Yeah.
I can believe that. I
because he
can believe
turned
that.
into it
Yes.
in
In
fucking
Ito?
in Ito.
So I
But he
can
also
believe
had
that.
six pass chakra in Ito too. Which
But-
I want to bring up
yeah.
after this because that might level the playing field a little bit. But we'll talk about that. Either way.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Prime, Prime, perfect Jinchuriki, perfect Sage, Yin Yang release,
Yep.
smart, best scores ever out of the Ninja
Yeah,
Academy.
smartest
All of it.
Top
all of
sensory ninja,
All
like
of it.
Yamanaka class sensory ninja.
The top.
Yeah.
and,
top.
and also,
and most proficient in sealing jutsu.
which
Yes.
is probably his win.
Invented
By
the Death Reaper seal.
And no. Uzumaki's invented that.
He didn't invent
And he
the
was
Reaper
taught that
Seal.
by Kushina. The Uzumakis invented that. And that's how, yeah. They invented almost all
No,
like sealing shit.
He's the one who figured out how to use the Death Reaper seal without using the Uzumaki's like mask and shit like that.
Maybe.
pretty sure.
That could be true. But I
pretty
know
sure
they
because
invented that sealing.
Or he figured out how to
Maruja knew it.
he learned that from Minato. That was the one thing that he learned from Minato was the
I
Death
believe
Reaper
that.
seal.
I
Reaper
could believe
Death
that.
Seal.
Yeah.
But I think the Uzumakis did invent that. But I think
No, they
Uzumakis
did.
they
They
invented
did.
like almost all, except
the
for like
seals.
some of the sand.
Okay, so
seals.
Minato's got all of it.
Well, there's a lot of
Basically.
seals.
Okay, so
He's
now
got all
Prime
of it.
Kizaru.
Kizaru literally like
Is
what
Prime
does he
where,
have?
like,
What does he
the
have? He is light,
Marine
bro.
40's already prime.
No, the whole show.
Or is he-
In all
he's-
honesty,
No,
all
no, no. He's stronger by
He doesn't-
forward.
Marine 40 though.
This is
He doesn't
post time skip Kizaru.
post,
Yeah,
but
this
is he
is
like
Marine
he's already
40.
like prime, like
Nah,
pretty
after
much.
I
the
think
2
he's primed
years,
the whole
he's-
show.
Right?
Yeah,
I
but
think he's
so.
primed the whole show.
so then no matter what, Marine
Yeah, just
Ford
a
is
prime.
prime.
Yeah, prime
Yeah,
Kizaru.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
So Prime Kizaru has ornament hockey. He's
Bo
Logia.
Shoku.
He's low. He's
Yeah,
light. He is light.
Is that one?
He's got the
Shocky.
he's got the glint fruit. He's got the light fruit.
But he doesn't have the observation hockey though.
Do we know that?
I think so.
Yeah, we
that
don't
up.
know that for a fact. It's not said in the show that he's got his observation hockey.
All right, hold on.
It's
Wait,
down, I think.
Oh fuck.
Abilities.
No, I was just fucking on it. My bad.
Very good. So okay, he has the power of Devil Fruit. He's I would say, possibly the top Logia user.
He is.
Maybe the only other person is actually no.
Oh, he's
Aokiji
top.
and Akainu are probably.
The
Oh,
magma guy.
He's my
Yeah.
favorite Marine. Is
He's
Barsalino.
he's like probably the strong. Like he's physically.
What?
I was reading about
Hell,
him. Physically,
Meppo's
he's
the best Marine.
He's physically though. I think might be the strongest out of the admirals.
No, Akainu is I think physically
Yeah.
strong. Or no, speed is strength.
Speed is strength.
Speed is strength.
and that's why he can hit so hard. Is because his kicks are light speed.
He's not being
and his attacks are all surprise attacks.
He also you gotta figure he's the type of dude who like didn't even want to go for the fleet admiral spot. You know what I'm saying?
He's just there. He's
he was
slow.
like he didn't even want to go against Akainu or Aokiji. Like he was like, nah,
He could have won.
y'all
too.
do your thing. Like I'm
got
chill.
it.
You want to
Yeah.
know why this is such a good matchup? Is because they're both perceived as dumb.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
Minato's not
Minato
dumb.
is
well,
He's literally the highest
Nah,
scores
but
ever out of the
neither
Ninja
is
Academy.
Kizaru.
I'm saying after
No,
the
he is perceived
story.
as dumb.
Yeah, but like
They
at a-
say
not in a
Minato's
fighting
dumb 'cause he didn't
point,
know it was
not in a fighting
Obito.
aspect.
Ah, that's true.
There's and they said the whole time that in that fight
But he just
that,
acts dumb. I think they make him dumb because they make him Italian and they make him seem.
Well,
dumb
no, it's like it's supposed to. No, it means something. Like Aokiji's devil fruit is ice, and he has the warmest heart. He's the most caring out of him. Fucking Kizaru's the most stupid, but he's the fastest.
He's
He
got
moves
the
the
slowest
fastest,
brain.
but he can think the slowest.
Okay,
And then,
that makes sense.
And then Akainu's
Is
got
the hottest, but he's the
got
coldest.
heart. That makes sense.
Ooh.
That's
Damn.
cool.
That dude.
Yeah, damn, we got to do a,
happy, thank
do a
you.
podcast about that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Clip
Which is
that.
So that
Clip
does
it.
prove that
That's dope.
obviously Minato is smarter than him, without a doubt. Like that's been known.
unless
Kizaru is smarter than Minato?
No,
I think Minato's
okay.
smarter than
Oh
Check
yeah,
this
yeah,
out.
for sure, for
This
sure.
is a
for sure,
fan
for sure.
theory that I do kind of okay. check this
Vegapunk.
out. No. Check this out.
No, Mike,
because
spoilers for
Kizaru,
Mikey, dude.
because Kizaru is light, right?
Yeah.
He moves at the speed of light, which means that he perceives everything faster than everyone else. So they
Yes.
say that the reason why he
While
might
he's
be talk-
moving.
they might say that the reason why he talks so slow is because in his head
Dude,
he's
he thinks
talking
he's moving
super
so
fast.
Yeah, it's gonna be a weird
And he-
reference.
and he talks slow because he has to fucking. He's trying to.
Flash.
He's trying to slow
Oh.
himself
Like
down
the
for
Flash.
everyone around him. Boom.
Elastigirl.
No, a weird reference.
What, bro?
There's this Disney offshoot Disney superheroes with these kids, and this kid was super. His thing was super fast, and he hit a speed that was so fast that it turned him into slow mo. And now everything he does is slow mo because he's moving.
Yeah.
Like he
His
hit
head
it.
is just moving
like, but
so
now he's
freaking
stuck
fast.
at that now. But that's like what you're saying.
Is he just his everything? He's processing shit so fast that he has to slow himself down.
Yeah, he
for
slowed
everyone
down
else.
because
Like,
he has to slow down to move. Yeah.
They say,
I-
so that's why they say though. So this is to go on the observation hockey thing. They say that he doesn't need observation hockey because
He's
he
already
perceives
so
things
fast.
so quick
At the speed of light.
He
perceives things.
unless you're
I'm gonna-
moving faster
yes.
than the speed of light, he could see
So I'm
you
gonna-
before you could fucking even enter.
Move.
I'm gonna argue that though.
Let me say
later
something
on.
real quick. Let me say something real
No,
quick.
when we get there.
No,
me
no,
say
that's a
something
good.
real
I just brought it up.
I agree with
So,
Rob.
Excuse me.
They say that Kizaru's speed of light is his base speed is the speed of light.
Well, how could he go faster than the speed
Yeah,
of light
how
if
could
he
he
is?
go
Because you
faster?
can go faster than
But-
the speed
No,
of
but
light.
he is light. So
Is
how's
there
he gonna go
faster than the
himself?
speed of
Because he's fucking training his fruit.
But in One Piece, is there a speed faster than light?
No.
That's what you got to go by the
Well,
universe.
no,
faster
because
than
No, no one's faster.
Well,
the only one
the-
faster than light is Minato with his fucking flying rise.
That's because he's
with
teleporting.
teleportation.
And
That's why.
only
So,
Minato,
so I was-
Kakashi,
so my argument
Kakashi.
was going to be that if Kizaru doesn't have observation hockey, so like Kizaru, if Kizaru attacks first,
Yep.
he's going to surprise attack Minato
Yep.
with a light speed kick, right?
Because he could just show
if
up next to him. He
Minato
could teleport
doesn't like expect that, he probably can't dodge it, and that might be death.
No,
for
he
him.
No,
can't,
but
no,
if he has-
substitution
It is
jutsu
definitely-
and he kicks a log.
Yes, that could
I
be,
don't
but
think
he
he's
has
fast
to be
enough
okay.
for
But he
that,
might not be
though.
fast enough to do that.
Minato's
But
faster than
but,
Kizaru.
but if
That's
he
a
flying
fact.
Raijins
He can't
away,
move his hands at the speed of light, bro.
no. So
Fact?
this is the thing. It is a
is a
fact.
fact.
There's a fact that the teleportation
Is
is
fact.
instant. It's faster than speed of light.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
So, but this is the
throwing
thing.
the kunai isn't
No,
the
so
speed
No,
of light.
he has kunai planted all over the place.
So-
Oh, this is pre.
No,
no,
active-
he lives his life like that.
So this is the thing though. So if Minato,
I get what ShedCast
Where's the
trying to say, though.
location?
yes, no, you're right. You're right.
what
That's
Tech
that's a
Shot
Well, it
fact.
depends
That's
on
a
the
big
location
thing.
of the
So
fight.
if it
But
hit
neutral site?
Minato
No.
lives his life with kunais all over the world.
Well, that's
But
the first thing he
also-
does
no,
when
no,
he
but
fights someone. Like
first thing he does,
when he
right?
goes to
When he goes to
Raikage
nation-
and shit, he just threw
Yes,
him everywhere.
right.
But
exactly.
also when he goes
That's
to
it, yes.
any other nation, he leaves like he has kunais in other
I
nations.
believe it. And but also what he's saying is,
the
as soon as he
stone, like-
squares up with Barsalino, he's gonna throw the kunais everywhere. And then as soon as Barsalino,
I think you don't.
he's
think
gonna
that,
he's gonna flying. He has to be able to
that-
flying Raijin and like guess that shit Barsalino's about to kick, and then flying Raijin, it's gonna be like instant.
Okay.
Like Barsalino's gonna kick,
you're
and
saying
Minato's not gonna be there.
Okay, but if anyone has what's close to observation hockey that doesn't have a Mangekyo Sharingan or doesn't have a Sharingan, it's Minato.
He's
top sensory
so, but
ninja.
this
He
is-
can
so-
fucking sense
yeah.
Barcelino's chakra and fucking
And
know where it
Sage
is.
mode is the strongest.
So
He-
if he
and
does
that's
a
nature
so if he does a sage, if he does a sage mode or Sengon type shit,
Yep.
He might not need hockey in order to hit Barsalino.
No, he can't.
No,
hit
because
him
Sage
without
mode
hockey.
is energy,
Sage
is
doesn't
nature
matter.
energy.
It doesn't matter.
Can I
I
side
don't
with
think it
Mike
matters.
real quick?
You
Can I
can,
just
yeah.
lend something to your point? Mike's point being that, one, the Rasengan in general, like we just talked about in our last episode with Kakazu, when Naruto hits him, it the Rasen Shuriken at least. Dismantles him at a molecular level, right? So at a molecular level, Kizaru is light. Logia users, the thing that sets them apart from Paramecia users is that their Logia power is an element of the earth. Being a perfect sage, meaning that you could harness nature energy, means that you could harness the same energy that Kizaru's made of.
The photons?
Like he could harness light, the energy that Kizaru is.
I think that's too descriptive.
Nah,
bro.
dude. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
you're bringing the fucking
No,
like,
but that's what it has
If he's
to be.
a Logia,
It has to be.
if he's a Logia user, he's an element of the earth. That's what a fire, ice, magma, like the
Mochi?
anti-gravity, like all. That's
Mochi,
not, that's
mochi?
A,
Yeah,
that's
but
a
you're putting them in
Paramecia
like
fruit.
two different worlds. Like they're
No,
That's
but
what
we
the
have to, though.
Shedverse
We
is.
have to.
I-
We
but-
have to combine the world somehow.
yeah, so it's
But we also
Minato.
have to agree on the fact that what would happen if we didn't combine the worlds.
No, but-
okay? Like,
but
what if
then-
we didn't make it a fair fight.
Yeah,
Okay,
but-
okay, so if we don't make a fair
It's-
fight, then you can't touch Barcelona if you don't have hockey. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Boom. So
Yeah,
that
but no,
being-
because-
but
yeah,
that being said, let's make this a fight. and
So
see
okay,
where
fine.
we
What
can
if he
bring this.
seals them then? Seals them away.
Can't
Fast
make
enough.
contact with him.
No,
and
but he
don't
doesn't
touch
have to
him.
make contact with him. He can seal him.
But his
Like,
seal's
how
not.
so?
What's he gonna
Like,
seal
you
him
know,
with?
like,
I mean, I don't know. I'd have to look at all his ceilings.
He's
So
light.
we can go
He
through
seals
them.
them.
The Rolodex
He's
of
light.
ceilings.
He could literally just transport
So whatever
to
you know,
anywhere else there's light.
you know when the Nine Tails shoots the tail beast bomb at him, those how fast are those? Are traveling pretty fast.
Probably speed of
Nah.
light.
And he
No,
fuck-
no, it'll be slower.
you
Slower
saw
than
it.
speed
Yeah,
of
we
light.
saw
and he
it,
uses
show, bro.
but it's for the anime. You have
go
to-
ahead,
so
then.
then he takes that. It's called like it's called Flying Raijin guided something, and he fucking and sends the Rasengan somewhere else.
To
I mean
the ocean.
the
To the
Biju
ocean.
bomb
Yeah.
sends it somewhere else.
bomb.
Biju bomb
Sends it to
somewhere
the
else.
ocean.
So what if?
Which is Kizaru's weakness.
So
If
what
you
if?
could touch him.
Well, what if he seals them and then doesn't send them anywhere?
But what's he sealing him in?
I don't know where that Flying Raijin
In the
seal
sake
is. I'm
bottle.
not sure. I'm
But
not
he
sure how
can't-
that works.
But the only
exactly.
thing is
Seal light. Kizaru can go
Kizaru getting
through
sealed.
But what if he holds it like this? Kizaru kicks, and as he kicks, sealed.
I mean, it's a possibility, but all I'm saying is
Oh, the
Kizaru-
fucking Yamato
Because he's
mirror or
holding
whatever.
he's holding that kunai
The-
when the beast bomb hits him.
Yeah.
But as he's holding it, and then Kizaru kicks it,
Kizaru's
seals.
got the mirror thing though.
Yeah, well, Kizaru could
fucking-
appear.
remember
in
the-
But he's not gonna know he can get sealed
No,
by the
but
kunai.
Kizaru's got the thing that he does like remember the three things, the mirror or
He
whatever?
can bounce off the mirrors
Yeah,
and shit.
he just
yeah.
like fucking does like that, and then he just like does
Zigzags.
the light
He
doesn't-
beams or whatever.
But
Yeah.
he doesn't need
That's
to.
sick.
But that's anywhere light exists.
because he can only
can
go
do it.
straight unless he's reflecting off mirrors.
Yeah.
He can
Yeah.
only do straight attacks.
But that's what if you try to seal him in something, he could go to wherever there's light. Like he could just turn into the light that's outside the
He's gonna go
ceiling
through
thing.
I wonder, yeah.
So like, well, that's how he's able to pass through walls. He's able to pass through the
Yes,
ground,
yeah,
all
yeah.
that shit. So like, if you sealed him in even fucking one of the gourds or some shit, he could just become the light that's outside the gourd, and like, you know,
or
what
he'll
I'm
just
saying?
like phase
Nah,
through
because
shit.
of the-
He can
the
just probably
seal.
phase through it.
The
But the
fucking
seal
seal.
is
What's the seal?
different. That's what I'm saying. I don't
The
know.
seal-
meant to hold a human.
The
not
four,
light.
the seal holds chakra.
Four
All
barrier
humans
ceiling.
have chakra, but his body is hit at a
if he
molecular level
sealed them?
is light.
Sealed him into himself
It would have to be a sage seal.
and became a fucking Kizaru fucking
Jinchuriki. Okay,
now I'm
but-
trying to wonder if seals could work on it.
I do think, in all legitimacy, there has
I
to
like
be.
the-
If we are comparing it, there is some legitimacy to the theory that
The sage
being
mode.
a sage allows you to tap into elements that would be on planet Earth. Like that's what you're getting your energy from. It's similar to Goku's spirit bomb, which is the most powerful fucking thing that you could do. Pretty much, like up there.
Okay.
You know, it's up there.
What
Spirit
about-
bomb's
It
up
is.
there.
Besides
Nah.
Saitama, except for him.
First of all, I watched a 40-minute fan movie on them fighting last night.
Really?
It was fucking really good. Yeah, it was really good.
Saitama Goku.
Yeah, and Saitama kicks his ass almost the entire fight until Goku goes into his last form, and then he's able because like
Spoilers,
yeah,
dude.
sorry,
It's a
But
fan movie.
Either way, we're not getting into that.
And then
We're
they
not-
kissed.
We're not getting into that. And then they went out for a beer. But
And things got hot and heavy.
that being said, if there's any way without hockey to make contact with a Logia user, it would be through channeling
sage mode.
what their energy is. Okay.
Yeah.
So that being said, let's put that out there as a possibility. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
if we go with what you're saying, and that's not kosher.
Yeah.
Okay. We go to hockey now.
Oh,
If
no, I
there's-
wanna
what
say
about
something on the sage mode, though. I wanna say something on the sage mode,
Taijutsu?
though.
Hold on a second.
Assuming like the sage mode thing, we look at that aspect. When you're taking sage mode, chakra, or energy, or whatever, like you're taking that from everything. You know, that's coming from all walks of life, everything around you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Let's say he does somehow, like, you know what I mean, Kizaru's affected. How much of that energy is really gonna be taken from Kizaru?
It's not saying
Is
that
No,
it's
it's
not
just
saying
that he's able to.
he'd be able to contact
he's able to hit him.
He can
That's it.
harness like he's able to.
So you
be
think because
in
he's
contact
a
with the
sage
energy
just
that,
gives him the power to hit him?
No, because
only, if he wasn't a sage, it wouldn't even be in the conversation.
It imitates
Okay,
like
that
a
makes sense.
hockey.
I thought you were trying to say something else. I thought you
No,
were saying like when you're, you know how they have that state where they're like
you can
absorbing
absorb
chakra.
Kizaru? No,
like Naruto
that'd
had
be
the
sick.
shadow clones.
Not
and,
like a
you know what I mean?
Otsutsuki type shit.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying that would give him the power to be able to
That
like
would
make
be like the
contact
closest
with that
thing
and
we could
like
use
to hockey.
to
It's
why
like
Minato could do that in Sage mode.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, if you could identify the energy that he's made of, you could make contact
Yeah,
with
because
Alright,
like a
so
kunai's
Minato-
not hitting him. His fists aren't hitting him. The only thing that he could maybe is a Sage Mode Rasengan.
Okay, so Sage mode.
Not even a Rasengan's gonna hit him
mode
because
Minato
chakra.
versus Kizaru. Sage mode Minato
Yes.
can touch Kizaru.
Well,
How
no,
long
we're saying
can he-
maybe. We're saying maybe.
No, but let's assume that
It's
though.
a
That's like the
possibility.
best. That's like the best thing.
But
we
a
could offer.
Rasengan-
Like
We could
the
also do-
fairest.
we
Like
could-
you know what I mean? That's probably the fairest fight.
We
For
could.
sure.
There's other options, but
Because
yeah, I'd
how
say that's
long would he
definitely-
last in Sage mode? Like how
So
long
this is the
can
thing.
he last in
So
Sage
this is the thing. I was
Not
looking that
long.
up.
Not long.
No, that's not true though.
It is true. He
Well,
can't.
it's
He
like
said it
5 minutes.
himself.
It's 5
He can't
minutes.
do
Said
it
it
any-
himself.
Naruto
But
can
this is
only
the
do it
thing.
because of
It says
shadow.
him
He's
takes
not a
this too
sage
long.
when
But he
when he's
can-
the six paths fucking chakra shit.
He
Dude,
doesn't
but
have six
out of
paths in this fight.
out of Sage Mode though, he can like when he fought the 1,000 shinobi, he spammed his flying Raijin and killed all 1,000 within 1 minute. So it's not going to take him long to fucking do it, to fight. Like it's not going to be a drawn out thing. I think, especially with Minato and Kizaru.
Yeah, but
it's going to be
that's
so.
not-
It's Sage Mode. If it
No, but
lasts
then
5
again-
minutes,
Okay.
like Naruto's would last
But
5
they're moving
minutes.
so
I think.
fast, bro.
Okay.
Like you know
It's
what I mean?
done.
That's
It's
what
done. It's a 2-minute fight, maybe.
So now, if we do give him that ability and you bring it down to taijutsu, okay? Minato wipes the floor with Kizaru. Taijutsu.
He can't touch
No,
I
him.
don't think he
Kizaru-
wipes the
Kizaru
floor. though. I
wipes the
think
floor
Kizaru
with
could
Minato,
throw his.
right?
No.
Kizaru could throw his shits, but
No,
I think
no.
Kizaru could really throw his shits. I don't think.
Dude.
No. Kizaru is
No.
is on par with Minato, I think.
No.
But you're talking about if they could
Taijutsu?
boxing,
Hands.
boxing with no powers.
Minato,
yeah,
is
for sure.
everyone in the Naruto universe wipes One Piece taijutsu. They're
yeah,
trained
with no
from the
powers,
dude. They
though.
go. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, if they're
Yes.
if we're saying that they're hand to hand now, right?
I agree.
If we're just talking hand to hand, everyone in Naruto
but-
smacks One Piece, dude.
I agree.
They go to war at 8. They're trained at 5
With
how to
hands.
fight
With
and be
hands.
assassins at 5 years old. Like that's no
Yes,
one in one.
that's
They're
true.
in
Nah.
One Piece. They're getting in bar fights and fucking fights on ships and shit, bro. it's not
Sanji,
the same. They
you
use
think
True.
Sanji hands versus Minato? Like straight
Minato
up,
wins.
Minato would
Sanji
still
doesn't
win?
use his hands.
Okay, he's kicking though. You know what I mean?
So
Like,
is Kizaru, but
Like
think that-
Sanji,
Minato-
Sanji,
I think
Sanji
Sanji's better than
Sanji
Kizaru,
could
though.
fight.
no. Oh yes, yes.
hands wise,
yes,
I think
yes.
you know what I mean. Like,
Yes.
But
who
Sanji
else
doesn't
is
have
top- Who do you
fire.
think's
Top-notch.
top hands in the One Piece verse?
Sakura.
No, top hands in
One
One Piece
Piece.
versus Garp.
Oh,
Is Garp?
Garp.
So you
nah,
think
it's that
That's
dude.
Garp, hands down. One
and you
Piece.
think
King,
Minato
the king guy, the
versus
king guy
Garp,
that-
Silver
He's
Fox?
got one
Silver
part.
Fox.
No, the guy that winds up his punch for like
Yeah.
an hour.
Oh,
the king
yeah.
of
King Punch or whatever?
the
The-
king of
yeah, the
From
King
the fucking,
Punch.
Yeah, but-
from the battle royale. shit,
Yeah,
whatever.
well, nah,
Yeah.
I'm spoiling it for Mike.
I know about that guy.
from Dress
I
Wrestling.
read a
Anybody
whole
out.
theory
boy
about
can
that
knock,
guy.
They said he can knock anybody.
Yeah,
he can
but
knock
that-
a Yonko out
but he
if
has
he had
to
a
charge
punch.
for a day.
If
He
he
has to
actually
charge
had
it.
the punch.
Okay,
yeah.
but Taijutsu, Garp is top in One Piece. But at the end of the day,
on.
everyone in
Well, that's
Naruto
another
has
episode.
the
It's another
hands. Everyone in Naruto has the hands.
I also
Yes.
think that we're forgetting. All right, I know for a fact Kizaru joined the Marines,
Kizaru
the
can
latest out of like everybody at age 27.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that the Marines were given those fruits when they got to a certain power. So we forget that there's a certain time where these Marines got to the place they are with only their hands.
It says it right here
Like,
too.
you can't
No, but
blame him.
being trained to
As
be a
a,
Marine.
look, as a combat, Kizaru is among the strongest characters
awesome.
in One Piece.
Does not-
So he can throw hands for sure. But what he's saying is they're not trained martial artists.
There's video,
But they are, but they're not. They are, but they're not.
There's a scene where they do the flashback where Kizaru's with Ben Beckman because they used to be boys back in the day,
I think they were brothers.
or whatever the fuck. So that back in the day, it's like they show that shit, bro. Fucking at that age, Minato was in war already. He was under the fucking third
Itachi
Hokage,
was
he
just
was
observing
under,
war at
sorry,
5
he was
or
under Jiraiya going to war already, bro.
What about Buggy, dude? He was already going to the.
But that's not even
Raftel.
comparable, dog. Okay,
He was
so
going to Raftel.
so he takes him on the
He
takes
fought
him on the fucking.
Blackbeard at like 8.
Some of the pyres were
no,
scrapping.
Not like
Kizaru's no
that.
joke.
It's like some
Talking
of
about
them-
Kizaru?
Not like
think
that.
so.
No,
Not
Blackbeard
like
hasn't
that.
didn't sleep the whole time.
All right, dude.
Kizaru's no
was
joke with the hands,
15.
but like you're saying, if they're boxing, Minato's gonna take it.
Well, I mean, if you take
Or
Kizaru's fruit away,
kickboxing,
he's just
whatever.
some old creep.
No, not at all. He's not though.
He is though.
He's not though.
Kizaru, how
Because
tall is
nice.
Kizaru? How tall
Because-
is Kizaru? Are we
Like,
putting that into effect
12
too?
feet.
Like, Minato's
I don't know.
got to fight some 7
He's
foot
12
tall
feet.
dude.
but if like they're saying that it's hard to gauge it because he uses his abilities, but he's a fighter. Like he's one of the strongest
I
dudes.
don't
Yeah,
think he doesn't punch because he doesn't have to.
he doesn't have
No,
to
he
for
doesn't
sure. Why would you?
When did he get his fruit
That's not
though?
the point. When
Early
I'm pretty
on,
sure when
probably.
he got to a certain level in the
So he could scrap, but
He could scrap.
He's not up to par with the
Okay.
top,
top
scorer of
Shinobi.
taijutsu ever
in
from
the
the
Naruto,
academy.
in the Naruto verse, he's
He
the
got-
top
dude.
because there's the Chunins are the main.
But if Minato turns into Kurama, mixes the fucking Biju bomb
Sage.
with a little sage chakra,
There you go.
he's able to make
blast it
contact.
at him and starts popping off.
It's tough.
If it was fast
But-
enough and hit Kizaru, that'd be fun.
Or
But
if,
Kizaru is fast.
if Kizaru's tangible in any way, then he could just fucking mark him
That's
and
what I'm saying.
seal him.
So at the end of the day, and he could throw him in the ocean. Period.
That's true,
Because that's
yeah.
what he
Yeah,
did
the
to
only
Biju
thing
bomb. He sent it
they
to the
knew
ocean.
that we were going to think that they were going to fight each other, so it was like, oh, we're not going to give Minato water.
So period.
I think that
not bad.
it comes down to like a lot of like if Kizaru attacks and Minato's fast enough to seal him and send him to the ocean, that could work. But if he can't, then he's dead. If Minato throws a flying Raijin and Kizaru doesn't detect it, he can't. He's not fast enough to detect teleportation.
Yeah.
So then, and if we say like the Sage Rasengan can kill him or hits him,
Yeah.
then he's dead.
Fact.
So it's kind of, but
So
Kizaru
if
might
he's-
have-
once Kizaru becomes tangible, Minato wins the fight.
yes, but Kizaru
Once he becomes tangible. So if we change
yes.
it, so if we make
He
the
still
rules
wins,
of the
but I think
Shedverse,
Minato still wins high difficulty though.
It's tough.
high diff
though,
if they
'cause
make
I
contact.
thought so too, but then
If they make contact, high
If
diff.
Minato gets
It's-
hockey.
Well, okay,
Well,
so
that's-
all right, you want to bring that up,
No, no,
the
no.
hockey thing, right? So if we give any prep time to this fight, Luffy, and this is going to come up probably every Shedverse that we do One Piece versus fucking Naruto. Luffy taught Armament Hockey to a seal in no time.
Yeah.
No time. Taught it to a seal, and the seals. His Armament Hockey is so strong that he started his own pirate ship of seals and goes and fucks other animals
And
up, and
almost,
people up.
almost crack Luffy with
Okay,
it.
Minato
Facts.
masters it.
So Minato, you're telling me he can't master Armament Hockey?
yeah, I think
like if
he
you have prep
could,
time,
for sure.
100%.
If you give him 2
100%.
days prep time,
Okay, yes, you give Kizaru 2 days prep time too, and you
For
don't,
what?
even, you don't
What
have
does
to
he
prep
learn?
nothing.
What does he learn?
He learns who Minato is.
but what?
Yeah, but
I mean,
yeah, he does, and then he's shook.
but with hockey,
What does he-
Minato can
Yeah, but he
can
knows
hit him.
What
he
does
knows
Minato-
that he has
and block.
teleportation
He
jutsu.
uses his light
He'll find
speed.
out that he has teleportation jutsu that he can actually hit him.
Yep.
Okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That he has a chance to seal him or
So
teleport him to
let's
the
just-
ocean.
Yeah.
That gives Kizaru like I still think Minato would
No,
win
no, that's
high
a-
difficulty.
high diff.
But that's
Yes.
because Kizaru what he does, he charges motherfuckers. All right,
Yeah.
that's
Yep.
what we don't want him to do with Minato because then
Sure.
that Minato's sending his
but
ass
that's him
somewhere.
versus Obito. They both charged,
I'm
even though
saying,
Obito's
but
not.
that's
I know
because like
Obito's
that's a
not
different
Kizaru.
fight. You know,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
Kizaru
Obito
knows that he has
Minato at
Kizaru knows that
14.
he has a chance to get
17.
hit. Kizaru knows that he has to throw his fucking
16.
kunais around to teleport. Like
For
that's
sure.
crazy.
I think you have to be. I think Minato has to get super lucky. But you know that last.
And if he knows that he's on the clock with the Sage mode too, if he's arm hockey is different. But if he's on the clock with the Sage mode,
So
too,
the last
he wears
jutsu
him out.
the last jutsu that Minato creates is that super long one. You remember that one?
Yeah.
It's flying Raijin.
Stage 2.
Yeah.
No,
the
flying
one that he
Raijin,
comes up
flash
with.
Flying
round,
Raijin.
dancing,
scrotum
Howl.
summoning.
Yeah.
version 3.
Yeah.
But he has 3 versions of flying Raijin, Minato. So, and the third one is he throws the kunais, creates a shadow clone, and bounces the shadow clone off the kunais while he charges up his Rasengan
And Sage mode.
in Sage mode.
And stage 2.
In Ninja Storm 4, he's 6 past Sage mode.
Well, okay,
and
so-
that attack.
No,
Also-
but in
also
flying Raijin stage 2, he fucking took that fucking True Seeker away.
That's what he did with Raikage
We're
too.
shitting
That's how
on
he beat the
Kizaru
Raikage.
right
I
now.
think
We're not shitting on Kizaru because we already said at the beginning of the fight that without hockey,
no.
this is a wrap.
Kizaru-
it's a wrap. It kind of is a
Yeah,
wrap.
but
It's
it's not
like
like
that
it was
with One
if
Piece.
it sounded like it was a fair fight.
Minato-
if even
but if it is a fair fight, Minato's a better
crapping
fighter.
on him.
I
It's not
think
crapping on him. It's a high diff.
No, I think Minato
wins.
can get
Minato's-
lucky and beat Kizaru.
Out of 100 matches, he's beating him.
But-
if they if they're able to make contact, Minato's beating
with
him.
that Sage Rasengan, yes, but then it's like 1 out of 100 because Kizaru can just light speed, and Minato doesn't fight at light speed, but
No, he's
Kizaru
able to
does
move
fight
at
at
light speed.
He can,
So Kizaru's
he has to
strength
move
is
and
also
then-
at light speed.
yeah, so he has to move and then attack.
Yeah.
He will teleport, but then he has to attack. Whereas Kizaru's light
Minato
speed,
can't
light speed.
punch at light speed, but he can move at light speed.
No, he
can.
moves faster than
he
light.
can-
He
no,
teleports,
no,
but
he-
Minato can
he can-
punch like
Oh,
that
no.
fast, you know
Not
what
at
I'm
light
saying?
speed. No,
Kizaru
that's
can
what I'm
kick
saying.
and
But that's what
punch
Minato
at
can
light
move
speed.
like that.
Yeah.
But then when Minato's like in that teleportation
Yeah,
spot,
exactly.
Kizaru could be so
Facts.
fast where Minato doesn't even move his eye before
Not
Kizaru's
So,
face
so
is
like you're
foot.
saying.
Not wrong.
If he could guess that Minato is gonna pop up behind him, then he can just throw a light speed
he knows
elbow
he's gonna teleport,
and he'll
yes.
catch him.
With
Especially because
Exactly.
he knows
With
his
light speed fucking.
He's gonna see the kunai, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly. It's gonna the observation is gonna if he can almost do it like his version of it, he'll see the kunai, and he can move out of
He's
the way.
also fast enough to see, like, you know what I mean, where this motherfucker's gonna teleport.
I'm gonna say something very, very risque.
Okay, go
Yes,
ahead.
do it. I've been waiting. I was at Minato like 100%. Now I'm like
Kizaru 1v1's the whole Naruto verse if you don't have Sage of the Sixth Pass.
if you don't have Sage mode.
No one
touch him.
could touch him.
Not
Can't
even
touch
Sage.
him.
No,
Any
I'm not
Loki.
saying
So
Sage
Jiraiya?
mode. No,
Any Loki
he
user.
beats Jiraiya.
Wait,
Perfect
so not
Sage?
counting Sage mode though, like as they could touch
Yeah.
him. You're saying that doesn't count.
Because
No, with
you
it.
can't touch him.
No,
so-
with Sage
so
mode
any
you
lo-
can't.
any
Because we
lo-
don't know. Because we don't know. We're just doing it like
So the non hypothetical existing that Sage mode doesn't work.
Like
Yeah.
if Kizaru
Obviously.
just drops
Any
into
low
Naruto.
smoker.
Any smoker One
Besides-
Piece, the whole fucking Naruto
besides
universe. So does
well, no,
Caesar
because
Clown.
because water style, Tobirama beats everybody. No low
Kisame.
diffs with a
Kisame.
devil fruit.
Yeah, but so does Kisame, so does fucking
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter
So
if you
does
have Haki
Hashirama.
or not,
So
because
then-
you're gonna drown.
So then how does Kizaru beat it? Oh no, because
Kizaru
Kizaru and
moves the
Akai.
speed of light.
Kizaru
Yeah,
just
he
get
gets
out of the
trapped.
water.
No, he gets still
He
get
can't?
trapped in water.
I think
'Cause
he's
his
too
get him
powers
wet.
don't work when
Just
no,
get him wet. Low
Oh,
heat.
right,
powers
right,
don't work
right,
when he's in
right.
water.
I think
Yeah.
he's too fast to get trapped in any
No,
water.
the only
jutsu.
people that
That's
it
true.
fucking the only people that it doesn't work for is
Aokiji.
and Akainu, because Akainu's
Will
magma
freeze that
fruit
shit.
it turns
It boils
the water.
it.
His body turns the water solid.
The stone.
Whereas light doesn't affect water.
Right.
Light doesn't travel through water very well. Actually, light is
No, it doesn't.
completely- like light itself.
Yeah, you're right.
Like not even the
It
devil
gets
fruit
spread out and
that-
shit.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
element of light itself gets completely fucking torn apart in water. So like his shit is not fucking.
So how it stands, verse.
water style uses kick ass. Yeah,
But water
But-
style is not
but-
the ocean.
but you could be. Same way that so in the match that we just in our last episode where we did Kakazu verse, Shikamaru, before he goes off into the woods with Hidan, he summons water very easily, and he's not a water style user, and he fucking summons a decent amount of water in the middle of the desert.
Put so much fucking like
10-10 could summon a fucking
10-10
ocean.
might solo the One Piece verse, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
she
saying?
can.
10-10 might really
10-10.
Wait,
solo.
do we know that devil fruits are nullified in freshwater?
They're
No,
not.
it's only it's
the
not
ocean
freshwater,
because they
it's
use the
only ocean
coral.
water.
The coral
So
shit. to
water
handle
style
sea
though
stone.
might only be freshwater.
But that's you could summon seawater if you like Shikamaru could summon enough seawater to cover the ground in the desert. He did.
But do you
it in
think
a
it's
fight.
seawater?
No, he could.
Has-
Is what I'm saying.
But it's not freshwater.
He might have, but I'm
But
saying.
then if it's freshwater, maybe it doesn't work.
Yeah, but any.
But Rob's saying
any
these
Naruto
ninjas
character could
know-
seal.
These ninjas know that they're about to go fight somewhere where they need, like, salt
But that's
water.
prep. You don't know. They
Yeah.
don't know that.
No,
That's
Shikamaru has fucking shit on him all the time, and he
Mm-hmm.
has a shit on him that he sealed regular water in, whether it was ocean water or not. He sealed water in there, so any Naruto character could have
Ocean
ocean
water.
water.
No, 10-10
sealed,
could have an ocean.
no
in some of her shits,
problem.
and it could have
Oh,
so
yeah.
happened that she was at the
Like
beach.
yo,
when
Yeah,
she
yeah,
did that
for
and
sure.
shit, you know?
Minato,
For
who's
sure.
an insane seal, funjutsu,
He is one of the
fucking-
masters.
dude, he would be able to summon an ocean. Like
He teleports to the ocean
Like
real
what the
quick,
fuck?
and then just bring it back to him.
100 point. He could throw a kunai into the ocean and bring the ocean
he's
back
already
to
got
where
it.
he
Yeah,
is.
But that's
do that.
He's got a
only if
kunai
they
to beat
know,
somewhere,
though.
'cause,
He
you know,
does. That's what he did with the Bijou.
But that's only if they know.
But he already has one there. He did it in Naruto.
If he doesn't know that the devil fruit gets nullified by water, then he would never do
So
that.
how about this though?
Okay.
If you both come in as the Street Fighter style, and then you're
Kizaru
gonna see
wins.
the attributes before you
Kizaru-
fight. You guys, or you
Okay.
get
Oh,
to
yeah,
you get
yeah,
to
yeah.
know your fighter. Let's say they
no
know
prep
each
time,
other.
Kizaru wins.
Like, but we can't do no
Bar
prep
fight.
time.
Bar fights. Kizaru wins.
If you don't have
It
Haki,
depends
then you're
though,
not beating
because
him.
because
He's not water.
no,
like,
but
you know
bar
what I'm saying?
fight, right?
Yeah.
Bar fight. Minato's got kunais all around the bar.
Yeah,
and
he
then
walked
Kizaru's
in.
like,
He
oh,
walked in. He put some like Michael Corleone.
and Kizaru's gonna be like, oh,
in
you
the
think
toilet?
he's gonna think you're funny, and then Minato's gonna be like behind him. He's gonna be like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be crazy though, because then it'll bounce off the glasses. Yo, that'd be a crazy bar fight,
dude.
Because
This is
Minato
a
would
good
have to
fight.
do that.
Can we have someone animate this fight? This would be
Yes.
a good fight, bro.
We'll try to
Hell
find
yeah, I'll
it.
draw it.
Yeah, you should do it.
I got crayons.
Do a manga
64
on it.
colors with the
I wish
sharpener.
That'd be dope.
Put something else in that
You get the
sharpener.
blue one. I eat that shit.
The red ones taste the best, I heard.
This
I
is a
think
good
the
episode.
Aquamarine ones. You want to do some plugs?
No, I will. I
wait,
think
there's a
no. I
got-
think
Yeah, I got something to say.
Go ahead.
I think Tech had a little bit more.
Um,
What do you think though? No
Kiza-
hockey.
no hockey.
Wait, let him. Is that what? Well, let him say.
Yeah, I
what
don't
he
know.
Whoa, what do you
My
wanna
bad.
say?
No, I didn't know if you knew where you were going. So I was trying to-
Yeah, I knew where I was
All
going.
right,
So listen,
I didn't know if you knew.
if Minato can't get Haki, If anybody in Naruto
Lily would like
can't get hockey,
I
they can't
knew
do
it. We were connected.
No, but listen,
we were connected.
Kizaru beats everybody in Naruto.
But we're just
But not
just
if they're water
Minato.
style,
We're talking about just
you're right.
Minato right now.
Nah, because with no preparation, Kizaru beats everybody in Naruto. That's not like fucking Sage of the Sixth Pass.
No, because Toby Rama could summon.
Yeah,
water
because
anywhere.
Toby Rama doesn't know that it's water.
Kisame is a shark. He
But it doesn't
definitely
matter.
got
He
soul.
won't.
No,
Anyways,
but
that's his
every
strong
fight
point.
we're gonna do right now from now on is one day, like one day prep. You get to know who
and
you're fighting. You know who
they
you're
give
fighting.
you the info.
Of course, because your
gladiator
boys
style.
are gonna let him know. Hey,
It's
yo,
gladiator style.
Ocean
Battle
is his
Royale.
weakness. But then Kizaru's gonna know that Minato knows
Dude,
Ocean.
they
That
figure
you know
this
what I
out
mean?
in every anime fight, though. That's what anime
figure it
is.
out,
They
yes.
fight and they go, "Oh, I could tell what his weakness is." Blah, blah, blah. Like
True,
even
too.
Jiraiya, like
That's
in
true. Most
pain,
fights, they just-
Jiraiya didn't know shit about pain, but figured it out by the end of the fight.
But
like,
when
fuck.
you walk up to Jiraiya, you know, oh, that's Jiraiya. I know exactly what he can do.
and that's
Like,
why
and
he'd
you know
be
what I
like,
mean?
"Yo, oh shit, it's fucking Barsalino
Yeah,
Kizaru,
exactly.
motherfucker." Like,
If we're saying that they're in the same universe, kind of,
I
the
got a
Shedverse.
fire idea. I'm not gonna say this now before I forget it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna do it.
Okay.
Maybe in the next episode.
We're gonna dress
We're
up.
gonna get a hat. No, we're gonna get a hat. We're gonna put as many anime characters in there as we can think of.
Ooh, I like
Besides like Goku and Saitama. Okay, everybody in
Gojo?
this hat has an actual chance. All right, we're gonna put like
and
a
no hack
crazy
characters
amount-
either. None of those like
Marvel
no,
None
stuff
of those
too.
off.
Well, Gojo.
None of those off
Comic
Gojo,
stuff?
Gojo, I mean.
we're gonna pick them
What
out
about
randomly.
superheroes?
We're gonna make a bracket
I mean, like-
randomly,
I mean,
and then
like
each
those-
episode we're gonna, and eventually we're gonna have a champion.
We're gonna do
like that.
superheroes
Yo,
too.
Godzilla murks the whole verse.
Godzilla fucking
Nah, you know
Master
who does?
Oogway solos
you know,
everybody.
You know who
Master
does
Oogway
murk the whole
solos.
verse?
Shaggy.
Squirrel Girl.
Yeah, she does.
Does she?
In Marvel, yeah.
She beat fucking
Everyone.
the Infinity guy with the
Everyone.
big chin.
Even Scarlet Witch.
Thanos.
Yeah, she beat Thanos.
Master Oogway would beat him dead, bro.
Master
Squirrel
Oogway
Girl.
is
the
mystical.
strongest.
Do we got
He's
anything else
mystical,
on this?
though.
Do we got anything else on this?
He's
Yeah,
like-
also got it. Well, I've never seen Kizaru with a girl.
Minato got
and
proof.
Minato fucks.
Kushina look good.
Minato's such a G.
The hot,
He
what is she?
bags
Was the
so
hot
high.
habanero?
She was the red chili,
Red hot habanero,
the red
yeah.
jalapeno.
Yeah, red hot habanero.
Yeah,
of the leaf.
she was a tomboy.
She killed more people than anybody. I think she was fucking ruthless. She was a beast. Everyone was scared of her, except Minato was like,
good puss.
yeah. So that makes Minato a little bit stronger.
All right. Anything else?
Also,
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, we can stretch it out a little bit.
Kizaru's got glasses on, so that means like
He's a bitch.
Can't fucking see. That's
what
why
if
it's not
fucking
information.
What if Minato cracks his glasses?
Kizaru
and
loses.
he's like Velma,
Yeah,
and he's
dude.
like, I
Right
can't
hand,
see
right
without
hand.
my glasses. No, I'm doing
And- very
a
true.
thing
Very true.
where he's on the floor on all fours, just looking for
Looking for
his
his
glasses.
glasses. Like Velma.
Minato flying
Like, that's what
Raijins
I
right
said.
in.
If you were stop yelling at me and just see what I was doing.
I saw what you were doing.
Dude, do you know what I? All right, never mind. Yo, so when, never mind, because he can't hit him. So if he throws the kunai, and as it's going through him, flying Raijins into fucking. Does that mean anything?
He's low.
Oh, if he Obito's him.
No, because you know when he throws the kunai and
Yeah.
it goes through
Obi-chode.
Obito's face,
Yeah.
and then he pops up at him. What if he would have popped
Yeah.
up? Would he have ended up in the
Kamui,
Kamui?
Yeah.
All right, but only like a weird, like it would have cut a piece of him off, a chunk or something,
Maybe.
or his
Probably
whole
not.
body would have ended up.
He'd just be. He would just like form around him and away from him. That's like.
Or no, he'd be in-
he gets fucking chopped in half and then just becomes. He's like.
No, I'm saying
"Oh."
if Minato pops up out of the kunai while it was
know.
in his head,
Yeah,
then
nothing would
Minato is
happen.
in the Kamui dimension.
Oh yeah, but we're talking
Right?
about. We're talking about.
No, I'm saying
Yeah,
that's where I got the
from.
idea
Yes,
from.
yes, yes.
Right, he would have popped
Yes.
up.
So
but if
Minato
he's
can
inside
pull he could pull what he did on Obito on Borsalino.
I wonder what
Because he
happens.
throw the kunai and Borsalino's mad cocky, so it would go right through him.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, I'm fucking just a regular human." After he does the flash, like it passes through him.
Yeah.
And then Minato flying Raijins.
Well, right behind him.
Behind
yes.
him. Yeah.
Yes,
he
that's
just
that's how he
Obito's
beats him.
That he just Obito.
I think so. That's how the only way
Or
he
he could
beats him.
just stay light and he would move right through him again.
No, because he wouldn't
No, 'cause
know
it's
that
too
he would
fast.
be behind him. He
Yeah.
he thinks he'll throw the kunai and
you're
the-
not tell. I'm agreeing with you.
But
I'm saying it's a possibility.
I'm saying,
but-
what if he
Yeah.
comes back inside Borsalino? Does that do
Nothing
anything?
would go.
But while
because
he's
he's
light,
light.
it doesn't do anything.
because he would just move around him.
All right, word.
He just needs and
You want to put? Do we have
Yeah.
anything else on the
I think
notes?
that was it. I know. Yeah, we had a. I think we covered
think
pretty
that's
much
it.
everything.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did.
We got it.
Yeah, we did.
yeah,
Yeah.
we
cool.
covered pretty much everything.
Yeah. All right, bet. You guys want to do some plugs?
Big Mom beats the second Raikage easily.
Dude,
You want to do some
I
plugs?
don't know, dude.
You want to do some plugs?
I think that was it. Because chakra doesn't have anything to do with fucking One Piece. That's what sucks.
No, it's in everything.
The
Chakra
Logia
exists
is.
in everything, though.
But the chakra doesn't affect Logia. Like,
chakra.
so,
Yeah, everybody's got chakra. In real life, you got chakra.
yeah, but the chakra
That's why you could go get fucking.
But yes, but the hockey like
chakra in your foreskin.
Luffy doesn't fuck like his chakra can't fuck with Logia's
Yeah.
until he gets hockey. So
I
that's
got
why.
pool cleaner in there.
You can
Facts.
find me, Mike Nice.
You're right.
Right? Mike Nice CT.
You are right.
Thank you. You can find me at Mike Nice CT on all platforms. You already know Village Shed in the Shed, Sports Shmorts, ShedCast, Shed Network, and new music dropping all the time on all the platforms. With your boy Seth Floyd.
You already know University, Pickle Bat the Thinker. Follow me on Instagram at Pickle Bat the Thinker, Village in the Shed. You already know we on the come up.
You
Yes,
can
sir.
find me. I'll cut you off again.
Yeah.
You can find me, ShedTech8, on Instagram and Twitter. You can find me every week on Wednesdays and Saturdays on the Sports Shmorts podcast with Big Tone. And you can find me on the ShedCast sometime. I don't know when it drops.
Right, Thursdays, dude.
Drops on Friday.
Thursdays.
Thursdays.
It drops Thursdays.
Thursdays.
Yeah.
Thursday night drops.
Yes.
You would know that. Anyways,
I don't-
you can
I don't
find-
listen
We,
to it the
we
next
drop
day.
it a week every week.
I don't listen to it till the next day.
There you go.
Yeah.
You can follow me.
You're like the other
Sid.
7. You're like the other 6 billion people. The first billion. Listen to it on Thursday.
I like to stay fresh.
You can follow me, Sid_Floyd, on pretty much goddamn everything. Check out all of our music shit. Check out all the other podcasts on the Shed Network. We got some show dates coming up. We'll be definitely putting those out, and definitely just keep rocking with us, man. We got a bunch of cool shit on the way. So
Hell yeah.
shout out to
We're gonna be out there.
shout out to
2023.
Village in the Shed, yo. Thanks for doing this shit.
Thank you for having me.
Always. Thanks for coming again.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah. You guys want to fucking yeah, let's do this.
Date by you.
You think your compliments with